Did you know that Hodderscape actually counts as a genre all of its own? No, neither did I, and yet here we are. Welcome back to my series Pack or Pass. My name is Hannah and this is Absolute Chaos. I started by separating these out by genre, and then I realised that I have so many Hodderscape books, they are going to need a shelf all their own. We have the Hodder books that I have read and the Hodder books that are on my TBR and more on the floor. They take up way more than a single shelf. And that's a problem. Let's start with the ones that I've read and whether I want to keep them or not. This is so hard because Hodderscape has got to be one of the most auto-buy publishers I've ever had the luxury of working with. I have done a couple of live shows with some Hodder authors. The PR team behind them are amazing. They are lovely, lovely people, and they keep sending me free books and I keep reading them and loving them, but I am running out of space and also running out of time to catch up on these books. Most of the books that I've got as ARCs left, I haven't got to, and I've missed the deadline for them, which is just such a shame. But a massive, massive thank you to Hodder for being amazing at filling my shelves. Now that I'm moving, I need to bear in mind that I don't have space for everything. And that's devastating. Let's start with Fire with Fire by Destiny Soraya. This is a siblings rivalry story about two girls who are dragon slayers. One who is an adamant older sister dragon slayer, very type A, very relatable to me. And the younger is the more spiritual, understanding dragon slayer who bonds with a dragon, and then that obviously causes issues for her, and they end up on opposing sides and then fighting on the same side. And what I really, really love about this book is the fact that the parents are fully involved. You read so many fantasy novels where the kids are just left to their own devices and you cry out, where are the adults? And the adults have a legitimate reason when they are away, and then they come back and they help save the day. And it's an amazing, amazing story of family, of siblings, of friendship. And yes, there is a romantic subplot, but it's such a subplot. Like, it's such a, like, it's really in there that you could barely notice. It's like K-pop demon level subplot of romance. You know what I'm saying? Now I've realised I'm going to need to do books I would recommend if you liked K-pop demon hunters. I'm going to have this on the list. So it's packed. I was so close to unhauling this because I thought I haven't recommended this in ages. I've not had a reason to bring it up in conversation in ages, and therefore it could go. But I've already realised that that's a video I'm going to have to make, and that book is going to have to be on it. So then we have The Ravens and the Monarchs by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. This is a dark academia, university, college era duology about two young witches. One, again, very type A personality, and one very type B personality, and of course they clash personality wise and have to save the world on two separate occasions. And they were really fun and they were really good. And what I really liked about The Ravens was how insidious and creepy it was. I was driving back from Bristol in the dark in the worst fog you've ever seen in your life, and there were moments of this that genuinely had my heart racing. I do think in hindsight it is because of the fog and not just because of the writing. The writing was great, but I think I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass because there's two of them and I just don't see myself rereading these anytime soon, but I know they will find a loving home somewhere else because they are a really great duology. And if you like gentle university set fantasy horrors, I mean, I know I called it dark academia because I feel like it does tick off a lot of those prompts. It has the kind of witchy occult vibes. It's not the highbrow dark academia. This is very gentle, entry-level dark academia. And now I'm wondering, do I do a video about gentle entry-level dark academia and include these first? I was so ready to get rid, but recommending Hodder books is so easy. It's so easy to recommend them because they're so good. I was this close. You heard me say it. I said pass, and now they're a maybe, and now they're a maybe. God damn it. I was doing really well, and because these three I'm not passing. These three are coming with me. These are living with me. So we have The Ravenous Dark, which I think might be my favourite vampire novel of all time, because it's so, oh, except for Dracula, obviously. It's so clever the way this mixes blood magic and necromancy to create vampires and vampiric mythology all its own. It's polyamorous. It has a very messy main character. It's very fun. It's very kind of fantasy standalone. It's just great. This is the book that made me read everything else by A.M. Strickland, and I've not enjoyed anything else of theirs as much as I've enjoyed this, but I love this, and I will definitely reread this because this is so good, so packed. And then I have the Romeo and Juliet Violent Delights duology, which I'm pretty sure the first one was gifted to me when it came out by my mum, and then I pre-ordered immediately the sequel. This is Romeo and Juliet like you've never seen it before. It is 1920s Shanghai. There are monsters, there are gangs, there is warfare, there is politics, and I loved all of it. I loved all of it. And as you can see, I have a few more Chloe Gong books. So, whilst these are packed, I am also going to have to pack automatically the Foul Lady Fortune duology, of which I had every intention of reading and annotating. I've started but have not finished. I barely got anywhere in. Because I was buddy reading it and then the buddy reading kind of stopped, I need to come back to this. So these are packed. This is prioritised. We're packing both of those. I then also have the collection of short stories, Last Violent Call, which is about both series having like little short stories in between. Packed. It's part of the series. I've got to keep it. And then I also have the Violent Things and Immortal Longings duology. I love Chloe Gong's writing. I don't even know what these are about. I just saw that she had new books coming out and bought them in hardback immediately. They've even got the fun new logo on. Packed, keeping forever. So good. Like, I love Chloe Gong's style of writing, and I will not be ashamed. I have TBR'd this so many times, and having read Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey, this was in the wrong pile. Having read I've really enjoyed Sarah Gailey's writing in the past, so there is no reason why I wouldn't really enjoy this. I just never pick it up. I never pick it up. So we are packing Just Like Home because this is one of the greatest Insidious horrors I've ever read that has a sentient house, serial killer vibes, blood, gore, body horror, the works. Loved it. 10 out of 10. Cloning My Wife. Not sure that's for me. So I'm going to maybe it. If I can find space, I will maybe it. But it's a maybe. Whereas this is packed. This is packed. But do you see what I mean? I'm already running out of space. And I still have a whole pile on the floor. These maybes might be default passes. Not because I want to pass on them, but just because there is no space for them. And I just need to accept that. We have my toppings edition of Until We Shatter. Now, I had a really great live show with Kate Dillon. She is amazing. She was so lovely. And I was supposed to get an edition in advance of that live show and it never turned up. But what I did get is the toppings version, which is also signed by the author. So even though I haven't read it yet, it packed, obviously. I'm not getting rid of a signed special edition. It's not happening. Not unless I've read the book or I have no interest in reading the book. But I have both interest and investment in that book. I then have two Grace Curtis books. I have Frontier, which I bought and was a special edition from Waterstones. And then I also have the arc that I was sent of Floating Hotel, which came out March of last year. That's how far behind I am, and I can only apologise, Hodder. I have every intention of reading both of these. I think I only really need to worry about Floating Hotel because it's so far behind, like I'm over a year behind. But I'm really looking forward to both of these. And I just need to pick up sci-fi more often because I'm told these are standalones. I thought that these were part of a series, but they're not. And I just need to get to it. I want to try her books because I think I would have a good time. One that I am not sure about is Shanghai Immortal, and that is not because of anything to do with this book. I don't even remember what the plot is. I can see that it says half vampire, half fox spirit, all trouble. But here's the issue that I have with it. Here's the only issue that I have with it. The people that I watch on the internet, because we have the antithesis taste, people that have loved this are people that I don't agree with in bookish taste. So I tend to watch them so I can be like, okay, I don't need to pick that up because I'm not going to enjoy it. And this is on that list. Because it's fantasy romance. It's gentle, cozy fantasy romance. Is the vibe and opinion that I've got through zero research, just watching YouTube and getting vibes. And I don't know if that's what I want. And the people who've liked it also really liked the Drank the Moon one. So I don't think I'm going to like this. This is going to be my first firm pass. And I don't feel bad firm passing this one, because this is one that I bought for myself just because it was a Hodder new release and not because I actually did any research. And I feel like the more research I did, the less I thought I'm actually going to like this. So we are passing on Shanghai Immortal. I can only apologise. I have Tainted Cup, and I got from a charity shop, and it's clearly an ex-library copy, A Drop of Corruption, which are books 1 and 2 in a fantasy crime series. Sold on my shelf. I found the second one as a hardback in a charity shop and genuinely thought my luck was absolutely made, because I've not even read the first one, and you know I'm really bad. I'm really bad for buying second or third books of a series and then not actually liking them. I'm really bad for doing it. But I trust this one. I trust this one. It's in my gut. I believe. And I want to believe. So I shall continue. And I believe that's called delusion. But we're doing it anyway. That's where we're at. We have one that I want to pack, purely because this is one of the ones that, again, I received as an advanced reader's copy. The Monstrous Kind by Lydia Grigg. Like, I've still got the stuff in there. When did you come out? How old are you? September 20th. Okay, so a year ago. I received this a year ago and haven't read it. This is a Cinderella retelling, which is probably why I haven't picked it up yet. But I'm packing it because it was given to me for free and I want to share my opinions on it, even if it is not in fact my bag, which I fear it won't be. But alas, it's packed. It's here, it's with us. I unhauled Quicksilver from Olivia and then immediately regretted it. Because I don't think I'm going to enjoy this. I don't think I'm going to like it. There is a type of fantasy romance that is very SJM coded at the moment. It's very popular. And I get that. You do you. Enjoy. My worry, my fear is I don't care for it. And the moment a book is then compared to that series, I lose interest immediately. And again, people that I have the antithesis taste of loved it. So I'm going to pass. You can keep your smoke demon daddy for yourself. I'm good. You enjoy. Not for me. Pass. I have Bat Eater by Kylie Lee Baker, which is a horror that I got as part of my Evernight subscription. Now, I was worried that if I didn't have enough space for it, that I could then start an Illumicrate or special editions shelf. That doesn't appear to be an issue, because I don't actually, now that I've passed on such chonkers, I should have space for it on this shelf. However, if my maybes survive, which I think they might, I genuinely think they might, then I can put this on my other shelf anyway, because I think actually it would be quite nice to have like a sprayed editions shelf. In the meantime, it can live here. I know nothing about it because it's not one that I like actively chose for myself. I just know that it's part of my horror subscription, of which I've read maybe 2 books that I've received in the last 2 years. Need to work on that. I'm going to put these here as well. My strong maybes. And I'm genuinely amazed that they might have survived. Because I really thought I had, like in a pile, it really looked like I just wasn't going to be able to squeeze everything on this shelf. Which just goes to show how bad my depth perception is. Because I think this will fit perfectly. And I was so ready to unhaul this. I've nearly unhauled this book 3 or 4 times. This is another special edition, sprayed edge, beautiful edition, Little Thieves. I was going to unhaul this because I was like, I've never picked it up. I've TBR'd it so many times, I've never picked it up. There are so many books out in this series that are now just paperbacks. Getting another hardback is going to be pretty much impossible. Do I care enough about it to have it in hardback? No. So I was just going to auto pass it, but it fits. Like, that is a perfect fit. That is a stunning shelf. But then if I do pass, which is what I considered doing, then I have a gap. And the gap means buying more books. I could give Hodder some more of my money. I think they'd appreciate that. I think they'd like that. But then do I keep this one and this one anyway, but on a different shelf, on a sprayed edges shelf? Because that is still a gap. And it's a gap that equates to how many pages? Okay, so that's 300 pages. Is about 500 pages. So 2 400-page books? Ish. In theory. Choices are hard. I don't know. I mean, I might as well keep them for now. Even though I'm really umming and ahhing about this one. This is the one that I'm umming and ahhing about the most. And when it came to my non-fiction one, I looked at my Stormzy and I looked at my mythology and I thought to myself, do I want to read this book more than any other book on my shelf? And frankly, the answer was no. The answer was no. So, but then equally, I don't think I'll reread these ones either. Like, these were fun. But now that I know what the plot twist is, I don't... That's a decent gap. That is 3 decent-sized books worth of gap. And 3 extra passes. So that I have 5 passes in total. I think that's valid. I think that actually is not bad. And I might find that there's another like little series that I need to tuck into here because I've run out of space on other shelves. I'm going to leave a gap. I'm going to leave a Hodder-sized gap so I can buy some more Hodder-sized books. But my Hodder hardbacks, what a beautiful collection. Isn't that colourful and pretty and nice? And yeah, I didn't know they were a genre either when I started, but look at us go. Yes, this pleases me. I have made the right choice. Let me know in the comments down below, would you have kept those books? Or would you have passed on more books? Is there something in this that should not be here? Is there something that you think I should let go of? Let me know in the comments down below. If you just want to let me know you were here, feel free to leave a derelict house emoji. Treat yourself to something from Waypoint Books because it supports me and my content. Check out the links down below because I have a Patreon now. And most importantly, have a nice day.